Hi everyone, today we're going to be making homemade chili. So the first thing I'm going to do is brown this ground chuck, and I have about 2 pounds here. Let me break it up a little bit. I am going to salt it a bit, but I don't want to add a whole lot of my spices until I see how much of this I'm going to have to drain off. Salt and pepper to taste, and I guess you guys are probably going to see that a lot of my cooking is guesstimating on the side, the amounts, because you can always add more, so you might want to start out with the least amount that you think you might want and then add as you go if you think that you might like a little bit more. Now I'm going to add my onion, and I have gotten a large onion here and diced it up. If you like more, then you can always add more. A lot of times I'll even put bell peppers diced up in it, but that's just kind of optional. And today I didn't because the tomatoes that I'm going to be using has that in it already, and I didn't want to overpower it with that flavor. But feel free to do that if you choose. I'm also going to add a couple tablespoons of minced garlic. Now, as you guys can see, I have picked a pan that I think is going to be big enough to hold my other things, the beans, the tomatoes and stuff that I want to add. And as far as the tomatoes, I mean, you can pretty much add whatever you have on hand. Like, I have the canned tomatoes that I put away from our tomatoes, and but if I didn't have that, I might use stewed tomatoes or tomato paste, tomato soup, ketchup if I really just didn't have anything else. That's all I can think of right now, but I mean, it's just kind of what you have on hand. And as far as even the beans, a lot of times I have a combination of beans just according to what I have on hand. It might be kidney beans, chili beans, pinto beans. A lot of times I even like to have pinto beans, like leftover beans that I've made, and make chili out of it. Now I'm going to see how much of this I can drain, and then we'll be back. So I've taken some of these beans and I've drained the juice off, because what I'm going to do is smush some of these. When I first got out of high school, I used to work at this deli where they provided lunch meals, and I had the opportunity to work under a couple of good chefs, cooks. And they each had their own styles of way of doing things. And one of them did suggest, smashing some of the beans up. And it does help thicken them. And so, I mean, I wouldn't puree them or, blend them or anything like that. Or if you do blend them, maybe just do 1 can. I usually do 3 cans of your choice beans, and then if you have a bigger crowd that you're cooking for, you might want to add more. But I would smash the beans a little bit of maybe 2 cans, or if you do smash them all, maybe just don't smash all of them. because you don't want them all to just be, you know, I'm going to leave, like some of them are going to be whole and some of them are going to be smashed a little, so. Let's see. I am going to pour this juice in there, but I just wanted to smash some of these first. And as I said, I'm just not going to smash them all completely. I'm just going to smash them a little bit and leave that way. Some of them's whole, some of them's smashed. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, let me give them a stir. I'm going to add some tomatoes. And if you've watched mine before, you know that 2 cans of 15-ounce tomatoes is about the same as one of these jars. And the smaller one is pretty close to 1 can of tomatoes. I would probably suggest maybe Italian tomatoes, just if you want it to be similar, you know, to that. I'm also going to add a little bit of tomato paste. Looks like it's about half of one of these little small cans. Let's see, it's a 6-ounce can. It's about half of a can of that. And so that you guys have a little tip so that you don't waste your tomato paste, I'm going to show you that one of the things I do is I make little balls or cubes of it, and then I freeze it, and then, you know, maybe put it in a freezer bag or something, and that way I have these ready to go a lot of times when I need it. I'm going to put about 2 cups of water in here. Give it a stir. That tomato paste will melt down quite a bit once this goes to getting hot again. Turn that up a little. Out. Let's see. 1. Oops. 2, I'm going to say 3, about 3 tablespoons of chili powder. Let's see, maybe a teaspoon paprika. This is garlic powder. And since I did put garlic in it, I'm not going to put a whole lot of that in there. And I usually put a little bit of ground red pepper in there, but not a whole lot. But you might want a little bit more if you like it, you know, a little warm. Now I'm going to add a couple of beef bouillons. I can get them open. Sometimes I add a little bit more water. We're just going to kind of see how that goes. I'm going to let it get hot and see if it needs it. As far as cooking this, you can cook it anywhere from 45 minutes or so to all day if you know, watch it and stir it and have it, you know, on a lower heat. It's just kind of really one of those things you just kind of do to how it suits you. This has been cooking for about 45 minutes, and it passed the taste test, and it looks pretty good to me, guys. So I will see you next time. If you like that video, please subscribe and ring that bell so that you'll be informed when other videos become available. And as always, thank you so much for watching.